Hello, hello, hello. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, let me just get the Twitch stream rolling here too. Oh, this needs to be like, I don't get it. It's like every time I do start up that streaming service, it's like, we are a tiny thing. Anyway, this is the Italian Nekozuki stream. My name is Katie. My name is Katie, and today is September 13th, 2025. And we're working on getting Dundurn totes and mini traveler slings prepped for Knit City Vancouver, which is I will be at in 2 weeks. Yay. Meow. Meow. Hello, you. Delia says hello. That's who I was chatting with. Yeah, so what you see here right now is actually a thing. It's a tablecloth. It's going to be pockets for some of the minis. Legitimately, I've just marked everything out, and then I decided, all right, let's get on to stream. So we're just going to cut everything and go from there. All the slip pockets are like lined up along here. And then that's back pockets. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think I was supposed to get more out of this than I am right now. I can't see how. Oh, I see. I could do probably one more set of slip pockets here. And then the other one could just be focused in on, yeah, that's the only thing I can see here is maybe one more set of slip pockets. Okay, do one more set, and then, because then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can do, no, that's not right. Pretty sure we were supposed to be able to get like 6, so 2 sets of 3 out of this. And see how else this would work though. Unless I went down. Could definitely get like, this is air erasing marker. It's why I marked it with air erasing marker, because I was like, oh god. Am I supposed to do this maybe? And then this goes here. Like it's too wide. Okay, well, if we're short, we're short. This is part of the upcycling thing. I thought that I'd laid it out so that we had more. Maybe we didn't. I can definitely get a 4th out of this though, so we'll work on that. And honestly, then if we can get more, we can get more. If we don't, we don't. Oh no, if we're short 2 mini traveler slings, it's not like I'm probably gonna have the time to finish them anyway. Like realistically, let's just be blunt here. I also found some of the ones that I hadn't finished last round, so we can add those into the round, this prep round as well. If you're like, Katie, what about your Kato? Yeah, I know. We'll get there eventually. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go in here, because these are fading fast. So this is a 100% cotton tablecloth. I really like the pattern. I didn't quite know what I was going to use it for, and then I was like laying this out the other day, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, this one will work. Could I have maybe gone and looked at my stream? 100%. Am I going to? No. And then like, yeah, so that's not much left over, really. Oh wait. Oh yeah, so that's 2 bags because there's 4 layers, right? Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that we're actually cutting this at the correct position. And yes, this is mirrored right now because the layers are folded against each other. There we go. So the big thing that I'm just like hemming and hawing about right now is I thought that I had 3 laid out. But right now I have 2 full and 4 pockets. So, you know, like slip pockets. If we can get more, we'll get more. And if not, whatever. Actually, yeah. So that's actually 4 right there for the slip pockets. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit. Shit. So how did I lay this out where we had... Okay, I'm not going to cut this yet. No, we'll cut that afterwards. I'm going to cut the rest of the pockets because part of it is that when you unfold that, then there is... I think that was it. When you unfold it, you have more fabric. And that's definitely like... There's definitely quite a bit there. Okay. God, these tiny little curves on this frickin' side. It's annoying. Okay, so there's 2. And there's 2, 4. And there's 4 slip pockets. 4 sets of slip pockets. 4 sets of curved. And then this will be 4 sets of... this. Okay. And the other glorious thing that I didn't do this time is we just went through and picked. I haven't matched these to anything yet. So we're not going to have to go in, like we haven't matched any denim. We haven't matched any, like, I haven't been as neurotic about any of our fabric choices this time. We're going on vibes. We're going to see if this works a little bit better. I do have very few paw print fabrics available. So those will be prioritized into the cat and dog bags. That still makes the most sense to me. Just because that's the most fun. Blah, 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 blah. So, have I touched the small box bags? No. Have I touched the cotton bags? Also no. We got 10 days. We're good. Actually, we barely have 10 days because next Saturday is like gymnastics and the eldest has a birthday party. So actually, is that like an art studio thing? I don't know if it's like a stay party or a drop-off party or what. I'm kind of like, do I just drop them off since it's out of business? I might this time. I've never met these parents though, so there's my hesitation right now still. It's like, my child. They'll be fine. Will I be fine? Okay, so there's 2 more layers here, so we can actually do... Yeah, so there's 1, 2, so that would make 6. And what did I say? We're already at... Okay. That's 4, right? 4 of everything? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. I can count to 4 tonight. And yes, that is impressive some days. Ugh. Okay. Drink the last of the caffeine so I'm not up to all goddamn hours tonight, hopefully. I was up until like... well, she wasn't too bad. It was only like 1 a.m. last night. But Dallas said he was up till 1 as well. He basically didn't fall asleep until I came to bed. I'm like, what? Like, he's not a night person, night owl at all. And I'm like, why are you up so late? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, and then I looked at him when we were standing around for gymnastics, and I'm like, you had coffee with me at 3 p.m. yesterday. That's probably why you were up so goddamn late. And it all came together for both of us. Okay, so that is not tall enough to do it that way. Okay. We don't... Actually, we do need everything. So... Wait, so yeah, so if I'm cutting... That'll make 2 more. That'll make 1 more. 2 more. 1 more. That makes 1 more. So that makes a 5th. 6... 7, 8. All right. Oh my God. Okay. 2, 4, 2, 4. 2, 4, 5, 5. I swear I was getting 6 out of this. If I'm short one, I'm short one. There's not a lot of wastage. Like I don't remember how I laid this out where it would have been better. Unless it was like this, maybe. No, it's too tight on the pockets. There's not enough fabric. Okay. Pipe dreams. That's fine. Wonder how. Okay, so we'll do that there. We'll do this here. We could lay it out exactly the same way as last time, but and then I would have less fabric wastage. Maybe, but it doesn't look like I would. These definitely abut each other because then it's like, yeah, because then it would just be these strips here. Okay, cool. I'm good. I'm happy with that. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it does just need to be done. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be done. Again, this is a thrifted tablecloth. Yeah, it's actually thrifted from my local Value Village. It's been wild seeing kind of what gets donated to different donation centers. And like, so the one that's up by my Costco that I use regularly does actually typically have a lot of duvets and stuff like that. That's a Goodwill. And then the Value Village that I was at with the friend when I picked this up had a lot of china that I'd been looking for. Oh, that needs to be folded tighter. Just so it's like actually all 4 layers right on this edge. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it's just been really interesting. Best score I got there though was the eldest has been asking for like light up shoes, and they're so freaking expensive. Like $50 for a new pair of shoes, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't even want to spend that on a good pair of running shoes for them right now. But these were like perfect and in pretty good shape as far as I could tell, and still lit up and everything like that. $4.50. I was like, fuck yes. Like what, less than 10% of the price? So apparently if you're looking for light up shoes for your kiddo, go to Value Village. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there because that is actually, I can feel that that's on all 4 layers. As much as I would prefer just to cut this in half, that's not what's gonna happen. It's okay. These are supposed to be mirrored, so that's why I'm not worried about them, like, okay, and then that is on the lip there. Okay, so that was 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. I'm annoyed. But there's no way to get more out of this. At the same time though, then I'm not going to cut all of those out right now. I'm going to preserve some of the fabric, or reserve the fabric, and we'll just keep it and set it aside for like bookmarks and stuff like that, because now it's already interfaced and ready to go. Good. Okay. And the nice thing is we just cut those 2 layers in half, and then there's our nice mirrored pocketses. There we go. Yeah, so Knit City is in 2 weeks. We'll finish the first day. I will be doing, if you're coming to visit, I will be doing the YouTube tour on Sunday. It will be live on Sunday. probably not quite as much like chatting with people and stuff like that. That does take a lot of energy, but I kind of want to do a generalized tour. Maybe we'll try and hit up some people. I'll make sure that I pack the mics because I forgot to do that for Otafest. Also, that Otafest like tour was kind of embarrassing because I have been so out of the loop on the otaku culture that I was just like, oh, I don't recognize most of this. It's kind of sad. I was like, oh, well, seasons for everything, right? So that's what we're gonna go with. Actually, you know what? We're gonna trim it down like this. There we go. And we'll just trim the corners. I am currently listening to Christmas Tree. Is it the Christmas Tree Farm? I can't remember the title of the book. What is it? It is The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. Part of the Dream Harbor series. Bunch of super adorable, very fluffy small town romances, basically. I am enjoying the hell out of it. Low stakes, zero. Not even low stakes, 0 stakes. Like, they're, yeah. Well, they're everyday stakes, but it's not like any, it's all like, it's just cute fluff. It's like, yeah. It's not romantic-y, it's like contemporary, but it's all like very like, yeah, low stakes. And I am enjoying the heck out of just having low stakes reads right now. Bride is our next book for Smutty Book Club, so I'll be reading that. Knit City Weekend probably. And then, yeah. Then after that we have Heavenly Bodies, which, forgive me, I don't remember the author name for. I do know that Bride is written by Ali Hazelwood. Okay, we need one more set of these guys. We'll say that this was really hard to interface. So please forgive any discrepancies in actual interfacing for this. It was like really large for the press's bed, so yeah. So we're gonna open up the a little bit of warping right here. Now we're not going to work on these right away after I get all of this cutting done. We're going to work on the Dundurn totes first. I gotta just finish up cuts on some interiors, and then we'll be good to go, I think. I think it's mostly just the interiors, and I need to prep some leather for them. Okay, now what we're going to do is this is going to go back under the press. Actually, I've got another piece that needs to go under the press as well. So maybe I will press or iron. Iron would actually also work for this because it kind of has to be pressed, like ironed out. Pressing is just like literally you put steam and pressure on it, whereas ironing you can like iron the creases out. Where the fuck's my iron? Oh my god. There it is. Like, where the hell did it go? Yeah, so the main thing being sacrificed right now is 100% the tote bags, but I don't feel bad about that right now. So, not the Dundurn totes, not these new ones that we're making. The cotton and cotton linen blend ones. So, okay, does this need? No, it's fine. This one definitely needed the TLC though. Okay, let's just go in and we'll fold this over and we'll get front pocket, the like angle pocket out of this one, and then we'll get the back pocket out of the other one, and then what we need like 6 more pockets because we need the ones we just cut. And then the, oh wait, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we just cut a bunch. And yes, I am setting everything aside for like bookmarks as well, because waste not, want not sort of mentality within reason. Some of this, like, I just will never use again. So it's like this cut and this strip right here, I will never use. So it's going to go into the scrap pile for giveaway, donation, etc. Yeah. Okay, so there's the front pocket. Okay, let's get this ironed out. Let's get it ironed out. Okay. Apparently, my iron needs another clean. Okay, that's better than it was though. Oh, far better. Okay, good. And is it actually adhered? Adhered well enough. So that's going to be for this back piece here. I am going to just run this piece here underneath. Basically, it just got slightly peeled while I was prepping it. So we're just going to pop it underneath and get it pressed on as well. Okay. Good enough? Not quite. Better? Good enough. Okay, good. So, this is going to be fun because there is some, like, there's some different fabrics in here, which is awesome. So, a lot of these are men's shirts out of the shirt sleeves. As I mentioned already, this is a tablecloth. Yeah, it's just, it is actually fun. It is a little bit more work because there is more like mental gymnastics to figure out, obviously, what we're using and how we're using it. The we here being the royal we, myself and my loyal YouTube viewers and my cats. But I do like how it's going to add some even more personality to like bags that already have a significant portion of personality. So, all right. Also, once I'm done these cuts, we are done the fussiest of the cutting. The rest are like, the rest are just the rest are rectangles, which are gonna be easier in theory. In theory, they'll be easier, but you know, yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm glad that I did chill on that a little bit because these aren't quite as there. Okay, so we have 2. 4. Right? 2, 4. Okay. And then we need we only need a 5th. We don't need a 6th. So we're just going to pull this. And then we'll just use it like this because then we can, yeah. Sweet. Because then this becomes like lining for notions pouches or whatever the fuck we want to use it for, basically. And the same here. Waste not as much as we can without losing our minds. Losing our mind. Doom, 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 doom. Pretty sure this tablecloth was made in India, which is pretty cool. I think a lot of our cotton textiles in Canada still come from India. Like India and Pakistan. We've got some duvets from IKEA that are definitely made in India. I think this was like, I can't remember where this one came from as a brand name, but it doesn't really matter. It's pretty. It's gonna make some good pockets. It's nice and heavy duty because it's a tablecloth. So it's like a little bit heavier than the quilt cottons we normally use. It is interesting because the shirting used for these men's shirts was actually a little bit lighter than the quilt cottons I'm used to. So there we go. They're all very different, which is super cool too. There we go. Okay. So that is all of the minis done. Minis done. We've got denim. We've got stuff. We've got other things. We got everything ready. What is it? What the fuck is it? Pockets and blah blah blahs. Okay, I am clipping everything back together right away because for some reason this pattern keeps like running off on me. So I'm clipping it and I'm putting it on my board while I'm thinking about it so that we don't lose it again. Not that just like that. Okay then. Well, let's clip. Actually, I'll clip it together and I'll pop it up on the in the other rack because it didn't want to stay together on the hanger thing because the hanger thing, the binder clips aren't large enough for the hanger thing. Needs little like I'm using little IKEA bloody blahs. Okay, so kimono interior slip pockets. That is not something that I need for this one. Main panel lining. I was maybe going to interface this, but honestly these OB are heavy duty enough that I'm not going to worry about it. Boop. And if I was, I should have done it last night anyway. Okay. I made notes for what we need. The cottons here are pretty straightforward because they are going to go with the two cottons ones that we have that are going to go into the red wax canvas. By the way, just so you know, Flynn is laid out down here. Very pleased with himself that he's laid out below us. Okay. Main lining panels. Let's cut this. Continental soldier ears hang low. Why do I feel like that's like a slur against French French soldiers? And that the ears are not the piece of anatomy that song is referring to. Okay. Measure twice, cut once, and my maths correctly. I can count to 18. Woo! So far. Maybe not after now. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Actually, if I do it from there, that makes more sense. Okay. Wait, is that enough to actually make a mini from this cut? What? No, it's not fully interfaced because it's like... Oh, not quite. Almost, if I was able to like... So close and so far. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so when it's a non-directional print, we can actually get a mini traveler's thing out of it. You're like, what the fuck are you asking about, Katie? Because you can't see shit. Anyway, the mini cuts do actually fit when it's non-directional, at least. This is semi-directional, and honestly, this size is also excellent for notions pouches. Woohoo! Okay. You return there. Now we just need to do the top, the like top cuts. It'll be good. Okay, that's the right height. Sweet. So that's going to be the interior for one of them. other one. Da, 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 da. Dun, dun, dun. Kitty, kitty, kitty cats. Kitty, kitty, kitty cats. These are very subtle kitty cats, but they are cats amongst floral bouquets. Dun, 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 dun. 40, 40, 40. Okay. This one definitely needs to be squared up. We'll be online on Monday as well, which was not an intended day. Because most of the time when Dallas is home, we're going to have like a long weekend basically, but he ended up getting recommended for a thing at work, so he's going to go into that instead. It's important. It's like, it's a good thing that he's going. But I was like, well, if you're going in, then I'm going to take it. I've messaged the school and I'm like, do you have space for them? And they're like, yeah, they can always come in on Mondays. I'm like, awesome. All right. So the kiddos are going to go into school on Monday. And then Tuesday, I've got a long run. And like other chores. I got to go to Pecana for some supplies and stuff like that. So that's, we're holding judgment on, or holding off on commitments for that date. If I come in or not, or come on or not, we'll find out. Okay, now this one. So this is the aqua. Pretty sure. Okay, so this is the interior. I do know that. Let's do the interior first. And then, okay. Notes. I have notes. Notes. Aquafan. Interior slip pocket is aquafan stitched. Zipper pocket lining is dark forest green. External slip pocket is the rose haori. Okay. Lining is the aqua. Leather is black. Okay, so we gotta cut the lining panels. So main lining panels is that width. Okay, and because this is a pretty, even with the interfacing, this is a pretty fraying lady. We're gonna trim down both ends. Basically what I did is I trimmed down a rough draft version, and knowing that I was gonna come in and trim everything up because kimono are slippery, yo. And I've tried to trim everything to the correct dimensions previously, and oh my god, it did not work. So, learned our lesson that summer. To not do that, and to do it this way instead. Okay, and so it's that by that. Okay, so if I trimmed it here to here, that would get rid of all. Okay. Get it here. Doom. Zoom. Oh, so crispy. Such a good sound. Crispy. I am like currently extremely curious how I'm going to like balance what I need to buy to bring home next year. And this will be a recurring theme. But yeah, I'm like, what's coming home with us for like, because I'd been telling Dallas, I'm like, oh yeah, we're fine. Don't need a lot of cotton and cotton linen blends. All that, we can like just pick up like, I don't know, just pick up like all kimono and an obi and all of this. And now I've like looked at my cotton stash and I'm like, nope, that's, thank you. Thank you for making this an issue. I appreciate it, but it is a bit of an issue because I do not ship, because that really, really defeats the purpose of me going and buying. Well, I guess it still saves on shipping because if you're doing like multiple packages from multiple sources, but like I typically try to avoid having to ship because it makes it more expensive. Cuts into the savings margin that occurs by me going. So, okay. Good. So that's that one, and it needs to be tall. This is again for the cotton and cotton linen interiors. Anyway, I'm still leaning towards we should heavily go towards the cotton or the I think like I was always going to be buying all the things, but it's like I still think I'll probably lean more heavily towards the kimono and obi with some cotton and cotton linens, because obviously I'm not going to go to Japan for fabric and not buy cotton and cotton linen linens. That'd be stupid. The paw prints, this dark one is going to go in with the black cats with the bouquets, and the little plum blossom branches are going to go with the autumnal black cats. Now, is this the correct? All right, we're cutting width. I'm like, what am I doing now? What is going on? Anyway, I've also been like exploring the city that we're staying in, because like, yes, I lived there. Did I potentially fail at exploring my own university city well? Yes, sadly. And Google Maps was not a thing when I was in university there, really. They were in infancy. So yeah. Anyway, Google Maps is my friend right now. And basically I'm going around and like doing a bunch of exploration for things. Okay, so that's the interior slip pocket. I thought that actually said words, but it did not. And that goes, so that's the interior slip pocket. It will go against the fabric for the cats. And then we're trimming this one down. This is one of the OG fabrics that I actually bought when I was first making project bags. So this is fun that it's getting used for this now. That is not. It's got to go this way. So, okay. Good. We're just large enough. Good, good. It's plum blossoms, and then there's a little bit of like shimmer on it. It is actually a Walmart fabric, which is the insane part of it. I do think this is actually better quality. But this is also almost 13 years old now. So is that shocking to anyone? Because I don't think it should be. Back when Walmart started getting like their baby bolts again. Yes, I have a whole goddamn pile of stuff at my feet. We're going to ignore that. Okay. Front zipper pocket first. Front zipper pocket first. Front zipper pocket. Front zipper pocket. I gotta find my brown leather cord, actually. I realized the other day that I'm like, I took it to Victoria. I do know that I had it there. Ooh, this is right on the cut that we need. Cool. But now I'm like, where the fuck did it go? It's like, it's probably out in my bags in the garage. We're going to actually pack the truck tomorrow is what Dal said. Because it's looking like I won't need the topper. I really only need the topper when the kids come. In which case then Dallas can just put the tonneau onto the truck again. And honestly, packing it means that then we can back it into the garage. And I can just slowly fill it up over the next week. So, wrong pile. That's Japanese fabrics. North Americans on the floor. Or non-Japanese. I guess it's not necessarily North American specifically. Okay. Zipper pocket for autumnal cats. And then this is interior slip pocket. There, that there's a little bit of like crocking or something happening, so it's good to have that figured out. And then after this, as long as these guys are popular, I'll go in and I'll order some waxed canvas. The stuff that I found in Calgary is decent, but having seen how sturdy that's the way, right? How sturdy some of these bags come out with other wax canvas. I had wax canvas envy, so I'll be moving into that instead. And it's all consistently priced across the board, so it's kind of like, okay, half a dozen one, 6 of the other. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think this is the slip pocket. This is half the slip pocket. That's right, because what's going to happen is we need to stitch it with this piece. Yes. Which is why it's also taller. Okay. So there's the slip pocket, and how this is going to distinguish against the aqua background is obviously the fan is going to work in our favor. Okay. So that needs to be stitched together and then made into the slip pocket. So that makes this the exterior zip pocket, which means we need specific like width, exterior zip pocket, exterior zip pocket, exterior zip pocket, doom, doom, doom. Turn off this very bottom little piece here. Okay, and then how wide is this actually? Okay, let's try to get that on this line. Okay, good. So sorry if I'm like humming or stimming or not chatting as much tonight. This is like decision making time. And decision making time means that I need all the brain power I can get. Okay. Okay. This one definitely had to be interfaced because of the silver thread here for these guys. Not all of these are interfaced, but those ones definitely needed it. Okay. This is the interior pocket for the vases. Pretty easy. We'll just, again, same thing because of the heavy amount of embroidery and fray potential. I interfaced it. This is the interior pocket for the... Okay. So now, the next pieces being, I need to have one to match this, which we did get, but okay. Fans can go here. And then this is the trim down stage. And then we do need to go in and do lining pieces for the front pockets because I don't want the kimono bare, but the kimono is not wide enough actually for the slip pocket sizing. So part of what I need to do is actually finish the slip pocket front and then we can trim down lining for it. Okay, so, but we may as well do what we can now and then we'll go in afterwards. Okay, so iridescent fan, black obi forest green. Bright, okay, vases is bright blue. And I didn't write down the exterior slip pocket linings, but it'll just be bright blue. Navy pockets, navy poppies. Oh, that's because I don't have the exterior slip pocket. Where's the pocket yet? Okay, Rose Howdy. Honestly, what I'm trying to figure out is just what I need to cut from the dark green right now. The vases, no, the poppies need the bright blue half pattern seamed, which is this piece here. And that's going to be for the slip pocket, I think, right? Yes. Okay, so line it up, square it up at the bottom here, or just straighten it out at the bottom here. And then go, good. Slip pocket, that's the height by the width. The width goes here, 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 here. Doom, 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 doom. Okay. I'm just gonna pop it over here because it does need to be stitched, so you know, whatever. Okay. And then we need another piece of the bright blue for the lining. And I'm gonna go, yeah, we're gonna do patterned on one side. Let's go with the, what one's getting the bright blue? I think it's gonna be vases. Yeah, so let's go with the white and gold here. The one side. I do need to trim it height-wise. There we go. Okay, good. I'm gonna flip it to trim it though, because honestly, it's like, it's less slippery this way. Okay, and then actually we'll just trim up that edge as well, because why not? Go. Okay, good. And trim up the height. Both sides. Where is my cheat sheet? Cutting guide. Cutting guides, cutting guides. Okay. The bottom straight here. Okay. And height this direction. We'll go right here. Yep. Okay, so now that is for... Basically, we can just go in and prep exteriors and interiors and then go from there. Okay, what do we need from the dock grin? And then actually this, let's do the last lining because, hey, it's sitting right here. And actually, I think this is also becoming the lining for the front of the cranes as well, because that makes sense, to be honest. It won't clash with it or anything like that. Okay, so this is the kimono that a friend gifted me to make things with, and I was like, yes, and then I haven't made anything with it. I had that whole hang up of it had to be like something super special, or you know, all the nonsense we tell ourselves about our crafting supplies, right? And then, do you know what, I was just like, do you know what, no, you make the things. Well, so we're making the things. And I'm super excited about it. Okay, so. I want to pop it like that. And yes, this is as eye-searing in person as it's probably coming across on screen. It is very bright. I love it. Okay, good, good. Okay. Good. All right, so that's the interior for the cranes. That is going to be the front slip pocket for the cranes. Yeah, I don't have the linings for a lot of these, but I think the rest of these are going to be like... Oh yeah, I've got one slip pocket that is dark forest green, which honestly I think is this one. Yeah, will be one. We've got to trim it down just a tick. And then, yeah, this is it right here. Okay, interior slip pocket. Interior slip pockets. And yes, I was using all the like little handy dandy tabs yesterday, and then they have apparently scattered to the breezes, so I have no fucking clue where they are. Oh, well. Interior slip pocket. Right where it's supposed to be. We'll pop that on here, because why not? Okay, and then this, I think that one was the only one that was supposed to have the dark green, black aqua haughty, zipper pocket lining for the aqua fan. Yeah, and then the iridescent fan was also supposed to have this as... Oh, I might have not prepped enough then. If I didn't, then we'll piece it together with that blue and stuff like that. That's fine. Because it doesn't look like I prepped enough otherwise. Okay. I am like... You're like, Katie, you sound very unconcerned right now. I am struggling to Like, I still care about my work, but I'm struggling with the energy to, like, anything else. Anything above and beyond the care that is required to make my product. That's probably the best description. Okay, zipper pocket lining is that high. Yep. Actually, I don't want to cut it off the top here, because that's where the flower is, so we're going to cut it off. I'm going to clean up the top, and then we'll cut it off from here. Okay. That looks like the right amount of negative space on both sides. There we go. I'm happy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Also hope that if you were attending the Kitchener-Waterloo Fair this weekend, I'm in a Canadian Makers group, and it looked like people were having a lot of fun. So I hope you all had a lot of fun without me. It's hard to get out though, because it's like, it would be an intense drive for me. Okay, I only have 2 zipper pocket linings. Where the fuck are the rest of my zipper pocket linings? Oh right, navy was doing. One of them was doing navy, the vases or something, or the poppy. So that's 3. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 3 linings so far. So I feel like I'm going to need another lining. Okay, so 1. And then I've got 1 forest green, and I've got 1 navy. And then, yeah, we're just going to, whatever. Or is this supposed to be it? Is this big enough? Wide enough? Is it tall? Oh, right, it is. It's like technically not quite tall enough, but it is. We're going to use what we have today. So, go. It is acceptable. I also don't have to cut another one. Okay, so there's 4. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zippers. Okay. Oh yeah, those are all correct. And then I'm probably going to do a black and gold for the other 2. Yeah, black and gold because they're little black cats. Okay, so those are all zipper pockets. Interior slip pockets. I have all the wax canvas on the chair behind us. I have all our little thingamabobbers for reinforcing the pockets. We have main pocket linings here. We'll have to come back and we have to get front pocket linings prepped. However, that is a post sewing pocket endeavor because we need to sew these panels together before we can do that. So that panel has to be done. There's the hoodie that's going to be the lining for one of them. This one has to be done too. This one is fine. It also does not need lining because, hello, gorgeous. It's finished in such a way we don't need to worry. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I actually have 5 bags. Okay, we'll figure out a lining for the exterior zip pocket after this. There's lots of pieces floating around. I'm sure I can figure it out. Okay, we're good, I think. We're good enough for now. Let's do this. This was the sidetrack for this show. Hi, oh dear, we got sidetracked. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. This was on the list. Not exactly this pattern. I don't actually know what. No, I was just going to kind of like try to do a pattern. So this is actually better because now I don't have to fuck around with anything. Yay. It's just like, here you go. I manifested this, obviously. Hello. We're going to turn over towards the, I'm putting everything into like intermission-y things. Hello. I'm a big face now. Anyway, I wanted to move the camera without making anyone motion sick, so that's what we're doing. Okay, I guess the other thing is I need to actually bring a pair of shears over. I don't know how this happened, but I did actually find both pairs of shears, so yay me for having both my pairs of shears back again. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I don't know where they were and how that came to be, but I'll take it. That is totally the wrong way. Fuck. Okay, come on. Okay, no, shimmy. So you're not running into that leg all the time. Oh my goodness, it's a little tight there too. Oh. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Now, one thing is what does our view actually look like? Do I need to put it all the way back up? Or can we just go with it like here? Oh, let's find out. That I can experiment with. No, not there. Editor. Oh, fuck me, Streamlabs, come on. Not layout. Editor. Studio mode. Woohoo! Live scene. I guess I could have also like, hi. Show me the live? Nope. It's like, fuck no. Okay, cool. Editor. Did that just split my screen? Because it's like showing split screen on my side right now. Oh no, it's all good. Okay, I see what it's doing. Oh boy. Brains. Okay, this needs to come more towards me, but honestly, I don't think we're going to go all the way back up again. We're going to go here. Because why not? There we go. Except that I do need to tighten down the arm. That's going to help. Good. I'm happy with that. Okay. Alrighty. Back to our not regularly scheduled programming. Okay, the one thing I do need to fuck around with a little bit is I need to figure out a little bit on the stitching for the wax canvas, because my machine was not having a lot of fun with it. And I don't know if it's because it's the wax canvas or, well, my tension's all over the place, so that's what was wrong. But it's like, okay, how... The top's looking fucking amazing, but the bottom's a little bit squirrely. I had played around with my tension earlier in the year, or what, like last week or something like that. Okay, that's looking better. Now let's run it over with 4 layers just to, I don't think there's anything where we have to do 4 layers, but you know, better safe than sorry. Okay, now it's happy as a clam. Okay. First things first, let's make up the panels for this one. If you're like, Katie, you didn't cut off the edges. I know, because here's my secret. We don't. I did do my math based on a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so that's what we're going to allow here. This is not part of the normal pattern. The normal pattern has you just cut everything out and sew it, which is what we're going to do with the red waxed canvas bags. However, again, I repeat, the obi is not the correct size horizontally for this pattern. So we're putting these extra panels on to make this work. That's all. PSA ended. Plus, honestly, it looks like it just looks really good. So, not overly concerned about it. Okay, I'm gonna double check this while we're in this first one here. Yeah. So what's gonna happen is then we'll go in, do all our fold overs. This gets top stitched down here, and you've got this nice framed obi. Alright, I'm gonna... That was like really washed out on your end, from what I can see. I don't need to be in this anymore, thank you. Get out of here. Editor. I don't want to be an editor anymore, thank you. There we go. I just want to be able to see my feed. Yeah, I guess we're not really gonna get around that right now. Okay. Anyway, I had bought this like purple being like, yeah, that's gonna go with these ones, and then obviously again never used it. I think this was one of the OG ones that I bought last year too. Oh no, this was a spring buy. But yeah, I'm very pleased that I'm finally finally settled on a pattern for this all, so. Okay, and then we'll just double check that is actually, I'm like second guessing my math now for this, but I think that was right. Yeah, it's actually like spot on. Excellent. Okay. And then, yeah, so the rest of these are going to sew, and then we'll go in and we'll do the top stitching for all of them. And then we're going to prep. I got to go back to the cutting table off camera. And I've got to prep the bloody blahs. And then we can get sewing on the rest of the bag. The bloody blahs being the oh fuck, brain. The slip pocket panels, because obviously we have a lot of stitching going on here, so I don't want anyone getting caught on that. Interfacing works, but that's not a very nice way to finish a pocket with this much stitching. Personally, that's my opinion. So we're going to go in with a piece of kimono or obi and just line this pocket so that it's not quite so raw. It also gives me a chance. I'll take it over to the table, and we'll just make sure everything like is the correct measurements, and we don't need to like, or if we do, we can trim it down, whatever we need to do, sort of thing. These are all the little reinforcements. There we go. This is the exception of that rule, because I was able to cut this from that obi in that fashion, so it's just going to pop over there for now. And then the red canvas, red waxed that you can see here, is the one that we're going to use for the ones lined with the cat fabrics, and that obviously will occur afterwards. Okay, wait, so if that was... This isn't quite wide enough, potentially. Oh, shit. No, we just barely are. Okay, so this will be a little bit tighter seam allowance. That's why I double checked it. Okay. Nice thing is that there is actually kind of a seam allowance line here already, depending on the obi. And so that's what we're going to use here for this one. I'm just going to stitch down that ditch, essentially. In this case, about 1/4 inch versus the 1/2 inch that I've been doing on the other ones. That's fine. Fine. This is the glory and the sometimes annoying part about working with, again, the upcycling is just the extra kind of brain work sometimes that ends up happening. That's fine. These are too gorgeous to not be used again, so we're here. We're doing the work. Next dark bobbin is also wound. That's also good. We're stitching the majority of this with the dark thread because most of this is dark thread work. Okay, this one's definitely going to be large enough even with the larger seam allowance. In which case what we'll do is we'll just trim down the waxed canvas. And that's what I would prefer to do. Well, that's kind of the point, is like if there's an excess, we trim down the wax canvas because that's what you do. This one's cool because of all the embroidery in here. It does actually have this like, it's a very like light, it's not even a stabilizer. It's basically a very light like fabric layer to help protect the embroidery itself, which is super cool to me. Hoping that I get like a second wind here because my god, have the last couple weeks not gone as planned. Like I was supposed to be pedal to the metal this week with Dallas Home even, and it's just like no. I don't like it. Oh well. Get a reminder I need to go take my iron. It's also like a super rough period this month, and I think that was the big thing. Wish there was like a kill switch that wasn't hormonally like super complicated to just be like, all right, no more, no more. We don't need any more eggs. We don't need any more like anything. We're just shut it off. We're done. But no, apparently. Okay, so there's the poppies done. They're looking spectacular. There's the last of the vases. I decided that this was a good use of them. And this is the premiere of the cranes. Because why shouldn't it be? And yes, this is a nice like dark purple on the edges of this one actually. All right, so now we're gonna go in and we're gonna top stitch all of these. Everywhere else gets double top stitch, so that's what we're gonna do here as well. Previously I didn't actually increase the stitch length. On these ones I am gonna increase the stitch length because why not? And yes, we are gonna chain piece these, so that means I'm going to go in and do this one. I'm gonna go in and do this one. Now this first one is what would most of the time be called an edge stitch, because it's on the edge. That's what I would qualify it typically as well. It can also be called top stitch as well. Top stitch to me though says a little bit more aesthetic than practical in some ways. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I interchange top stitch and edge stitch all the time anyway. And top stitch with like being not only aesthetics but also like the okay, good. But also like other things, I guess. I don't know. My brain. I'm up past my bedtime. Apparently 10 is the time. It's not even 10, it's only 9:15. Holy sh. I'm in trouble. Cause like this is like usually my like glory hours of like, fuck yeah, we're gonna get a lot done. Hoi. Hoi. Well, I did have a cup of tea with dinner because I was like, I don't want coffee. I don't actually want to be up until 1 a.m. tonight because of Monster Jam tomorrow. So I want to be like less zombified than I was today. But yeah. Maybe I should have had that cup of coffee. Alright. Let's see how we're doing here for most of these. We are going to need to add a little bit to this wax canvas cut width, and that's fine. Learning curves. It'll still fit within the seam allowances as far as I can tell, so that's what matters. But yeah, this is tight. Or even the top stitching to catch. Whew. All right. Now, learning curves. Okay, now we'll go back in and we'll do the second line of top stitching here. These are very close together. Oh, they look so good. I feel like this whole bag just looks so good. I'm very happy that it came out when it did. You can hear the screaming of all my other projects that I will need to get done before Knit City. Shh, no you didn't. We still got 10 days, we're good. One of those days is going to get my hair done, but you know, we're good. Plus, I can't be up stupid late that night either because I've got to drive the next day. That's Wednesday. It's like, I cannot safely stay up super late Wednesday night. So I guess Tuesday is the last day. Because I think my hair's at like 10 or something like that on Wednesday. And then I can do like the last kind of wrap-up stuff on that day afterwards. But one nice thing about these Dundurn totes is actually once they were... The main fussy bit was actually the cutting, more or less. So they should, in theory, come together pretty fast. I don't think I actually timed myself on the first one, because like, it's not cool to time on the first one. Just given the learning curve on them most of the time. So. Okay, other side for stitching right there. So these pieces need to be like, so right now they're like 3 inches. So they probably need to be closer to 4 just to give us more wiggle room. Again, having to cut a little bit of wax canvas off isn't that big a deal compared to the panel not fitting the bag. It's really not a big deal. So next time, that is for sure what we'll be doing, especially on these, like this poppy one, I think is like, yeah, the seam allowances for the front panel are going to be about half what they should be, what is called for in the pattern. So, could be worse, could be better, could definitely be better. And yes, I am just finger pressing these because you cannot or shouldn't iron wax canvas. However, wax canvas does typically respond quite well to manual manipulation. So, you know, here we are. Anyway, this is nearly front pocket done. On the bags where it is just wax canvas, there's not this much work. Again, just steps to make these work for the obi. And it does, like, they, oh my goodness, do they ever work? But, yeah. Adventures in upcycling. The nice thing is that it has been really hard to figure out or find or manipulate patterns into bags for horizontal cuts of the obi. The traveler sling actually is one of the prime examples of ones that do work, but it's nice to be able to not have quite so much of a it's nice to just have a nice rectangle shaped bag. I love the traveler sling, but sometimes it can be a little bit daunting to figure out how to place everything so that it looks good and highlights the obi the best that it can. Also, I feel like the tote bag, this tote bag style will be a little bit more, again, generalized taste versus even the sling in some ways. So, all right, so there is that done. Now I need to go get pieces for the lining for these guys, and then we can go in and continue their stitching. The 5th, that one's good. This red is becoming other ones. Yeah, okay, so we need 4 interior pockets, like slip pocket linings. And I am sorry, I'm just gonna do this off camera. I'm actually not sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. We're just gonna do this. Why is it so dark over here? Weird. No, I guess I don't have my overhead on. Maybe that's it. Okay, so we're going to do, okay, the haughty, I had notes. Why did I leave my phone over there? Fuck. Okay, and you know what? Let's just pull the ironing board over here. So it's out of the goddamn way. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're creating slip pocket panels. So that's gonna go there because it's actually gonna get stitched onto that one. And then, okay, which one? The aqua fan got the rose holiday. Okay, sure. Fans, 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 fans. Dun, 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 dun. Fans, fans, fans. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to take the pieces, physically lay them out on the whatever I've decided we're going to use, and I'm just going to use it as the pattern piece to actually cut it out, because that just makes sense, because then it for sure fits whatever we're making. Now these kimono and hori and obi, whatever pieces we're using, have been interfaced because, again, they're slippery AF. That's why. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. So that one's ready. And then the vases, I don't have anything written, so we're going to go with that bright blue. And we're going to go with bright blue for the poppies as well. Does that sound insane? Yes. It's fine. We are insane. Maybe not for this reason exactly, but mostly. Mostly because of this. Okay, so that one. Oh, and the cranes is a little bit large. All right, so we could have taken up a little bit more of that seam allowance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, and we're just going to trim it off here. Glad I checked. Square everything up here. That's right. Okay, it's not like an insane amount. Could also just leave it and take it in the seam allowance. Let's just take it in the seam allowance and we can trim it down afterwards. I think that's a more solid decision right now. Yep. Am I a Muppet? Probably. Do I have a hand up my butt? No. Oh boy. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, folks. Not even 10 o'clock yet. Okay, it's angry there, and I don't know why. There we go. Happier. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Carrie? The orange kimono is fighting a little bit. And it's like, no. How dare you? Sacrilege. Okay, tabernacle. We only need 2 more. Sweet. So we're going to do 2 bright blues. 1 for the vases, 1 for the poppies. Crazy? Yes. Gorgeous? Yes. Who cares? In some ways. We're using Obi. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, the vases are also extremely tight for their actual, like, width. So pray for us. No, don't pray for me. Well, pray for me if you want, but... Oh, that's partly because it's crooked. Hopefully me doing this off camera is actually in some ways more entertaining than me doing it on camera, because you don't know what's going on. And if you're just listening in, well, I guess it's always chaos for you then. Maybe even more than actually watching me do this. Anyway, whatever. I hope it's entertaining. This, okay, so the poppies bag is going to be ever so slightly smaller than what the pattern is calling for, because it's like a good ½ inch smaller for this panel. I could technically go in and do the side panels again, but I don't really want to. Yeah, it's 1 inch smaller. Shit. Okay. Well, lesson learned. Check your Obi widths, I guess. It's okay. The brown looks so good, though. Okay, cut some of that fray off the top. Good. Now, I think that's all the cuts we need to do. And also, I have not figured out where the labels are going on any of these, so don't come at me yet. We'll figure that out later. You're like, when later? I don't know. Soon later. Now, the pattern calls for it to be folded down like this, which would actually, I think, look really good with this one, because then it would give this a frame. Or we can just fold it down like I'm going to fold down all the Obi, since it, and we could do it so that it's basically seamless. I like that better. It's actually going to be a better contrast edge to the, because this is going onto a black main panel lining. Now, the glory that is my long quilt ruler should come over and help us measure this fold down. Obviously. Okay, now the other thing I can do is I can move all these panels. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yes, I totally still have a massive pile of cotton tote bags to do. Are they screaming at me? Kind of. Singing, hey, hey, mama, we want to be sewing. Okay. Okay, we're going to go in and we're going to actually score this with the stiletto, all thing that I have here in my hand. Ugh, that was a terrible sound, but it worked. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we fold, oh fuck it, Katie, just fold it on the line that it naturally wants to fold on, woman. Yeah, there we go. It's the nature of handmade. Sometimes the fabric dictates what you're doing, and in this case it's dictating what we're doing. Doing. As long as it's even, I don't fucking care. Don't fucking care. Don't fucking care. It's just gotta be even. I think not quite. I think it's a little bit tighter up here, but I can't tell. Knit. Good. Knit. Yeah, it's a little bit floopier, and I think I saw where it went wrong, which is about here. Yeah, there we go. Not do it. Is the clip in here, or where'd the clip pin go? So I'm kind of like, we should probably just prep all of these at once, and then I can just zip them. Where did my clip pin go? Clip pin. Not that we have very many clips left right now, because all the kato need to be sewn, and they've like sucked up the majority of my clips, like that. Fuck, where did it go? Aha. Here it is. It's actually holding very important stuff, like built bag pattern, but we need this. Okay. Yeah, there's not very many clips there at all. Oops. Whoops. Well, if we run out, I guess, as well, we'll sew some kato or something. My God, do the stuff that you've already got, like, prepped and nearly ready, and you know that's popular? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? I don't know. 'Cause it's fun. And it's been on the list, and like, fuck, why? Apparently, I need shows to, like, jumpstart my desire to make any of this new stuff that I'm always talking about. Which is really annoying. Although, actually, after Shindig, I'm going to go in and we're going to do the spring roll pouch. And the other things that I keep talking about. Whatever the fuck they are. Stitch and go cases. I really do want to get stitch and go cases rolling. Okay, now this is the harder one because it doesn't actually crease by itself. Mostly. But we'll get it. I'll get it. It's fine. Everything's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Get it. Get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Again, these are supposed to actually roll to the front. It is actually one of the design features on the wax canvas. Oh, fuck me. This is supposed to go in here. Because look at all that embroidery that has to be covered up so that we don't like snag it on everything. Apparently I did not clean up these threads very well, so we'll do that now because that's nearly as bad as all the embroidery in here. At least so if you snagged these threads you wouldn't like be damaging the exterior. But this is the idea. So thank you for telepathically screaming at me that I needed to put the lining piece in, because I'm sure it was thanks to you. Kitty. Oh, dolls might need help. 1 second. saying that the kids are ready to transfer. No, he doesn't need help. Cool. All right. Undo that clip. Open this up like this. Then we'll fold down. All the way across, all the way across. Fold down, all the way across. Doon, 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 doon. That shows the fold better than the front. Okay. Poppies. Wax canvas. Okay, and since this one's already been folded, it's already conveniently got this fold line established. I'm like, listen, I'm really enjoying these audiobooks of this Dream Harbor series. However, the audiobook narrator keeps pronouncing debacle, debacla. And I'm like, no. I actually looked up how to pronounce debacle because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's debacle, not debacla. But they have locked in debacla. Right. It did definitely jar me out of the book the first time. But oh well. The story's better than I can get over it for the story. They're really short audiobooks. They're like mostly under 7 hours a piece, which is kind of awesome. I shocked one woman in my book club because we had discussed them on Tuesday, and by Thursday I'd finished it, and she's like, "You're already done?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's hustle time right now." So I showed her because I'd been listening to it while I was sewing the first Dundurn, and I'm like, "Yeah, I made this while I was listening to it." So it's kind of hard to explain, right? Unless you're like in it. Okay, there we go. Now, same thing here. Boom. Bet you if I actually like kept it a little bit out of the seam allowance, it'd be even easier to use. Okay. Fold. To there. Should be about right. If you're like, Katie, why are you folding it so much? It's actually supposed to be a 1/2 inch fold and then another 1/2 inch fold. But, so what I usually do is I fold the full inch and then mark and then fold back. I don't know. It just works for my brain usually. Although it did not work that time. Because apparently I jinxed myself. We've got less than 2 weeks until I find out if I'm in Osaka Marathon. Dallas finds out if he's in Tokyo by Monday. So hopefully he gets in. I really hope he gets into his race because I think it'd be super cool especially if his first world major was like Tokyo. Like that would just be super cool. Especially since his cousin's running it at the same time. So she's booked her flights. We're gonna book I'm kind of waiting to see if WestJet runs they should run a Thanksgiving sale, so that's what I'm actually waiting for. Also post Knit City and all of that is. As many WestJet points as we can get. But it's almost real. It's not like, to me, the trip's not really, I know it's like we got a lot of time between now and then, but once I book flights, that's when it's like, all right, this is actually happening. I know it's happening, but like it's tough right now. It's like I just want to book the flights. I know it's smarter to wait, but I really want to book flights. I swear this is the most tedious part. Tedious part. Everything else goes super fast. The tedious part. The tedious part. Outside of prep. Well, I guess this actually counts as prep. But like outside of cutting and like interfacing the fabric, this is the most tedious part. And we're almost done. So, well, we got 2 more, and blah 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 blah. And I am going to also do the waxed canvas ones so that we can just sew everything. What am I doing? Why did my brain just break? Why did my brain just break? Right, because I gotta go wrong sides together. Okay. And this is directional. Oh shit, did we get... Okay, good. Everything else is the correct direction. Can you imagine? Oh, I'd be so pissed. Super pissed. Apparently we're just in for like a complete musical review right now. I don't even know. I haven't sung God Save Our Queen since Remembrance Day for Girl Guides. I don't think I've even heard God Save the King yet. Is that true? I feel like that's true. Am I making that up? I don't know. If I'm making it up, it still rings very true. That's like, unless you're doing like Remembrance Day or something like that, it's not like we're like we sing the national anthem, but do we sit around and sing God Save the King? Not really. Not really. Okay, we're definitely going to bring a stiletto in and use that as a tool to make sure that this all gets sewn nicely. I know that I'm clipping it with the flat sides of the clips down, but I think we're actually going to sew it from the front. Well, maybe we'll sew one line from the front and one line from the back, just to make sure that we're actually catching this piece here. I do not want to have to rip these out. And it would not look good on the wax canvas to rip them out either, because it leaves behind the stitching holes, same as leather and everything like that, because the canvas is waxed and all that jazz. Okay. Come on, my pretty. You're eating the clips, num num num, like they're going out of style. So long, and thanks for all the clips. Da na 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 na. Da na 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 na. Dun, 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 dun. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Too bad it had to come to this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Too bad it had to come to this. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Okay, no, you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Do 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 do. Yay, there we go. There we go. So this is why we have to like construct the side panel, obviously, the slip pocket panel, before we go in and do all of this. Natsumi's got some new cat colors out, and I'm like, she's got a Siamese right now, which she did not have when I placed my order last time, so we're not going to disrupt this current order, but I will keep it in mind for future orders. I don't know if it's going to be part of her regular rotation, but we'll figure it out. good. Okay, now we'll do the red one for the other ones we're gonna do. And this will be, so this folds to the front again. It's basically, it is a design feature of the actual bag. However, because of the OB, obviously we had to fold it in instead. It still looks really good, but modifications made to work with the materials that I wanted for this. Okay, I do have to say that one of the nice things is if you kind of score the wax canvas like that, it's like so willing to bend on that line. It's ridiculous. I guess that's what I could actually do in future is draw the second line basically, and then just fold on that line with the OB. I will remember that. That's the sort of thing that like comes from trying to figure out efficiencies, and that would be, it wouldn't be like insanely more efficient, but it would take a lot of my guesswork out of making sure that everything's like nice and straight and like good to go basically. So now the wild thing about this is that a lot of the wax canvas that I did buy from the supplier in Calgary is like perfectly good, and then some of the stuff it's like, are you like the green I have is really super light, so I think I'm going to probably not work with it too much. But like this red is glorious. The purple is glorious. That brown is as well. So I think in some cases, and we haven't worked with the black yet because that'll be for the iridescent one. So I don't know. It's like as much as I'm like, maybe I need to find a new supplier. I'm like, do I need to find a new supplier? That is not straight in the least. Fuck. Of course. Okay. That is not. Good God. What happened there? Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. Just one end. One end was fine. The other end was not. Okay, good thing this is getting folded in. Alright. Let's crease it down all along here. High over the dairy, all along here. So this is the Dundurn tote by Hammer Stitch Bags. She's out of Hamilton, Ontario. A lot of my designers, or a lot of the bags that I make are from an Irish designer. I think it's Can Do Crafts. Kandou. This one is by Christine of Hammer Stitch Designs. Hammer Stitch, hammer and stitching, because a lot of them include leather. She does also sell some of her creations as well. But like I said, I saw this pattern come out and I'm like, oh, there it is. I don't even have to think. Or, well, okay. Very little, like I had to think to do the modifications, obviously. What I wanted to do, but otherwise it's like, yeah, whatever. Not a big deal. I think I just heard that fucking saw again. Okay, I'm just double checking how we actually stitch this together when it is here. 2 rows of top stitching along the edge of B. So she says top stitching, so I'm going to stick with my longer length for top stitching for these ones, rather than like seam length. Yeah, I think that's okay. Also, kudos to my machine for just like being like, yeah, whatever, lady. Throw it at me. Like, holy crap. If you are a bag maker and you have been on the fence about an industrial machine, take this as your sign to invest in an industrial machine. It's, yeah. Not that they don't also have their own issues and problems potentially, but worth it. Slow down, slow down. There we go. Okay, good. Get to reclaim all my clips here. Okay. Now, on to the actual obi ones. Haha, obi ones. Okay, good. So then what happens after this is they get stitched onto that main panel, which will match the color of these side panels that I've added on. And we make 2 front slip pockets, and then they get riveted. And if you are concerned about my fingers, so am I. I actually burnt myself with my iron again the other day. You'd think I'd learn, but it's always like, because it's such a moving target, it's like, it just, you never know when it's going to jump out and get you. Ugh, so annoying. All right, 3 more pocket panels to sew. And then we'll be done. Then we'll be done. Then we'll be done. There we go. Two more. Come on. I know it's thick. Thank you. Good job. All right, last one, and it's that gorgeous iridescent one. Fuck yeah. And of course this is going to be one of the easier ones because there is nothing to jump. It's literally just the obi. No extra layers. All right. All the clips. Now we have to go in and do one more line of top stitching. Again, that's just the MO with this one, is that it's a lot of top stitching. It's pretty. I'm not saying this as a complaint. That's just, it is the design detail. Now I'm going to basically edge stitch on both sides of this, just because I personally like that the best. She just says 2 lines of top stitching. So that's what we're doing here, is 2 lines. So basically I am doing it at the top of the seam and also at the bottom of the seam. So the first line was, oh crap. Get it straighter, Katie. If I go a bit slower, I will probably get it straighter. The Obi is far more forgiving on that one, though. Versus this wax canvas, where it's like, if you deviate 2 millimeters, we will see. I wonder if it's crazy to have the goal to try and get these all done tonight. I don't think so. Well, yes, it is crazy, but I don't think it's unbelievable to think that we might be able to get them mostly done tonight. Maybe not. I would reserve maybe doing the handles on them tonight. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think we probably could get the majority of the rest of it done, which would be nice. We'll find out, I guess. One of the things I am going to swap out versus pattern instructions is the pattern instructions does call for you to actually do all of the rivet holes as you work through it, but I have a rivet punch on my, I have a hand press for my rivets, so I'm going to just ignore that and do them all at the end. I will do the handles by themselves, but I'm going to do the bag punching all at the same time because the layers didn't exactly line up last round. That's my fault, not the bag's fault or the pattern's fault. But just, well, you're going to take that factor out and just do them at the end because then everything is lined up and good to go. All right, there is all the fronts done. Woohoo. Oh, shit. Well, no, that's all the exterior slip pockets completed, I guess. Okay, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, this wasn't bad either. All right, so there, like that. So there's 1 pocket, 2 pocket, 3 pocket, 4 pocket. So this is more or less what the bag is going to look like actually at the end. There's going to be so there'll be navy wax canvas above this. But like that, these are the show pieces basically for these ones. The red wax canvas is going to have the cats on the interior. So that's kind of the showpiece for it. But I figured the red was a little bit more of a neutral for us. Unpatterned is what I was telling Dallas. I think that's the better way maybe to describe it. It's unpatterned. Okay, so those are lining panel. Oh, right, because the wax canvas is over here. I'm like, where's the back panels? But they're right here. Look at, see? See, I told you I was using the little labels because I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. If I don't mark this out, I am actually going to lose it. All right, so first things first is to baste it, and then she does actually do a giant with wax canvas. We'll use the awl, and then we rivet it. Now this does have to happen before we assemble. But that does not mean that we have to do it before I do a bunch of the other riveting for like the interior pocket and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at with it. Okay. Sure. The first one on top here is the navy. And yes, I'd need to go get a fucking lint roller and lint roll all of these. I know. We will do it at some point. Okay, so this is the moment of truth to see if our panels actually do work. And so far, so good. Now, where are my shears? Because I want to trim this down so that... The hell is... Oh, maybe I didn't bring over a pair because they're both still right there, tucked right where I looked at them when I said that I need to bring over a pair of shears. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. Okay. Alright, so in these cases, again, it's not supposed to have this lining piece, but because of how the obi are, they are not waxed canvas. Surprising, I know. So instead, oh, I see what I need to do. Instead, they have the lining piece so that I can, okay, whatever, let's just baste them because that's what we're doing right now. We have the lining piece so that we don't get caught like on all that gorgeous embroidery that is going on in here. Okay, now I am a terrible seamstress, and I'm only... She does ask you to baste the base of it as well. We're not going to do that. I'm only going to baste the sides. Because I find that it tends to pucker on the bottom if I baste it across the bottom when I'm sewing the pocket. And I'm like... So maybe what we'll do is we'll baste it afterwards. But for this step, we're just going to do this. Now, could I have done this on all of them at the same time? Technically, yes. But whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one more stitch there. That should end up being within the seam allowance anyway. This has to get caught, so it's like, we have no choice. Okay, now, to mark out the pocket, we are doing the very, oh, shoot. I could have actually massaged that out just a bit more onto that seam allowance. Okay, we will actually do that. This is the nice thing about basting stitches is they just pull out, kind of. Maybe. Come on, baby. That's usually how it works. Because they should just pull out like that. It might, I guess actually they might be a bit sticky because it is wax canvas. There's definitely some waxiness going on here right now. My hands are nice and smooth and soft. This is why you don't backstitch your basting stitches, because then you can just pull them out. Pull them out. Pull them out. Yeah, like that. Okay, because I've realized I can massage this a bit this way. And we'll still have to do a second basting stitch, but now at least it's on top of that first basting line, it looks like. Yeah, baby. Yeah, look at that. Okay, good. Small discrepancies in width, and that is fine. And that is definitely going to get caught in the seam allowance now. Woohoo! That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. Alright. Now, the very scientific, very professional, fold it in half technique of finding our midline for our pocketses. Pocketses. Then we're going to just stitch down. Actually, yeah, so she has you stitch a little boxy box, and then the rivet goes in the middle of that boxy box at the very top. So we're gonna be on this side of the line. I've still got that little bit longer stitch length. Pray for me that we don't get any buckling at the top, or nothing insane at least. Should have interfaced these guys. Oh well. Live and learn. Just kind of ease that a bit, hopefully. Oh yeah, good. Okay. I don't think I was... Oh no, yeah, this one does go over And then we turn. Should have left my needle down. Living on the edge here, apparently. There we go. Oh, one more stitch. Because then got lots of room for that rivet. Rivet, rivet. Haha. And I'm going to just do a little bit of top stitch there. Just to secure our thread. Stitch back down. Ah, no. No buckling. And then I will baste across the bottom here just because then we are set for sewing. And honestly, with the amount of OB fray here, basting this down is not a bad idea. And I'm just going to double check that that actually is mostly on that main panel because... Okay, good, we are. Good. Excellent. All right. That is exterior slip pocket panel. Yes. Done and dusted for that one. Next, I think, is the black. Okay, let's shimmy all these over here. Nope, we are on to purples. Purples, purples, purples. There's the cranes. I was like, where's the cranes? There's the cranes. There's the cranes. Cranes, 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 cranes. Okay. Fame time. Oh, it looks so good. It already looks so good. Oh my god. So good. So good. What I should do is match up the middle here. Middle here. Middle here. Let's just match up middle here. Middle here too. Fold it in half because it knows what's good. Knows what's good. Knows what's good. Dun, 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 dun. Why is it so wildly different on both sides? Damn. Okay, well, that is okay there. That is okay there too. Smoosh out. Okay. It's just having all sorts of issues. That's all good. All right. Okay, is the purple actually the right width? This is the next burning question because I see a line there that might not be it. Yep, it's the right width. And we do know that these panels came out eensy weensy bit smaller. Now if I kind of smoosh it out, are we good? Why is it so crooked? Aha, that's why. Okay, there we go. There, good, good. So there is a little bit of a discrepancy on both sides, but that's fine. We're good, we're good. It's goody, goody, good. Make sure it's lined up on the bottom. Dun, dun, dun. Good. Baste. Just the side seams again. And I know for a fact that that is going to go in to the seam allowance, so we're good. Okay, try and square all this up here as well. Yeah. Yep. Good. Base. This is like barely an 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/16 of an inch. As long as it's holding it in place, we don't care. We don't care. We really don't care. As long as it's all together, we really don't care. We don't care. We don't care. As long as it all looks good. It's nice and sturdy and stable. We really don't care. Nice and sturdy and stable. Nice and sturdy and stable. This is really dark, good, and now I'm regretting my decision. Oh well. Oh shit. Okay, we're going to try to hit the top stitch line right. Yes, I did it. Okay. Then we're just gonna hand crank this way. Then we're just gonna hand crank this way. And then we're gonna turn right here straight down. Straight, 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 straight. Straight, 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 straight. Straight as we can make it. Make it. Good. That's a really big pocket line. Shit. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Alright. Where did... I got new seam rippers. There's an old one. Oh, okay, they're in the back there. No, it's like... it looks like a bow-legged cowboy. That's not the look we're going for this bag. It's just a little bit too far apart, so I think what we'll do is we'll just go in and we'll just stitch it a little bit closer together is what we'll do. What I could do is I could take an error erasing marker and actually mark my stitch lines. Imagine that! My God. So I think that's actually what we'll do. Now we do have to stitch it, if you're like, Katie, why didn't you stitch it from the back? We do actually have to stitch it from the front because I don't want the, I don't want to get caught on the front embroidery. That would be sad. Now we are going to seam rip this as little as possible because every time you seam rip wax canvas, you end up with itty bitty micro holes, which is not good for fabric. It'll be fine because we probably can massage most of them out, but that's why we don't want to seam rip too much. I honestly might just make, oh no, because we do want the little box up top for the, I was like, I could just like stitch one line, but no, we want a little box so that we can do the rivet at the top into the little box. Okay, there we go. Picked. Yay. La 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 la. That's really wide. I just eyeballed the first one. I don't know how it worked out so well. That's better. All right. Stitch her back down. Stitching, stitching, stitching. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm turning to a lower stitch length because that should actually help it not show up quite as much, hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm saying in my head. Probably I should make it show up more now that I said that. But, you know, whatever. That's fine. One more. Two more. One and a bit more. Yeah, there we go. And then turn. And stitch, stitch, stitch. There we go. And turn. And follow the stitch line back down. Better. So much better. Alrighty, fine. Bloop. Oh no. Okay, we ran out of bobbin thread, but it was after we'd stitched everything. Okay, good. Another front panel done. Woo, it looks good. Looking good, looking good. Really fucking good. Bum, bum. I do have another roll of cotton webbing on order for the mini traveler slings, because the mini traveler slings are going to need... I might have picked out a few too many fabrics. We'll see what we get done. But, yeah, if we don't use it, if we're not going to need it in this process, we are going to use it up during this process and need more anyway. So I was like, right. I called Picana yesterday. I'm like, I need to put one on hold, please. And that was mostly because it was also like last year they were like, it took so long to get it in. So I told them I'll come pick it up on Tuesday. Okay, since this panel is larger, we are lining up our center lines here, which is good. And we're going to scoot it down because apparently, well, that makes sense. The lining's a little bit larger in the like the backing here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go in and no. Turn it up to a base stitch length because I don't need to be hanging around with, okay, good. That looked like the thread was getting caught in the hand, like the shaft again, but no, we're good. Okay. Now, yes, any excess here we will trim down afterwards as well because I don't want that much wax canvas in my seams. It would be heavy duty, but it's good to have it right now because, well, it's easier to trim it down than have it too little. That's exactly where we're at with it. Okay, next bobbin is winding. We will okay, we're gonna just trim this down right now. I don't feel like dealing with it right now. There we go. Toast. Good. Ready for its pocket. Okay, so that's the center line. So that's going to be... Okay, that's a 1/4 inch. I don't want a 1/4 inch. I want like an 1/8, I think. I don't even know if this is going to show up, but we'll try. Enough. Okay, and then we want it to be right there, which means actually there. We'll measure it from here because that's way easier. That's way easier. That is easier. Look how much easier. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, then those are visible enough that it'll be easy for me. Well, easy enough to follow. Okay, so how many are we in? 2. 2 out of 5. Okay. And then turn this down to that. That's even better. That's an even smaller stitch box. Excellent. Okay, happy with that. Wild how that shows up so much better than the top stitch that we did across the top. I don't get it. Oh well. All right, now this is the moment of truth here for this one. Significantly smaller. Well, actually not as bad as it looked on the cutting mat. So let's squish it out. And then it is enough that like it would severely impact the seam allowances though. So I think what I'll still do how much deviation is that? It's a 1/2 inch. Nope. Okay, yeah, we're gonna baste it down, and then we're going to do the we're gonna baste it, and then we're gonna trim it down and take it out, just take it off, because I was just realizing that part of the construction is a double seam, and that is important, and we can't do that if I don't just trim it down. Like if I try to, basically it's a 1/2 inch change, so I could technically take a 1/4 inch out of the seam allowances, but since it's a double seam construction, we're not doing that. That impacts the quality of the bag too much. So this one will just be a itty bitty, eensy tiny bit smaller, and that's fine too. I don't know why I backstitched that. I was like all like, no, don't backstitch these things. Okay. And then we'll trim this up, and then so that we don't have to worry about it. Whee! There we go. Okay. Yeah, like literally about a 1/2 inch off. Better decision all around. All right. Fold in half and fold in half and fold and fold and fold in half. Folding in half. Match up the tops, match up the tops, match up the tops. Okay, so right there, square enough. How many more do I have? 3 more, Jesus. Okay. But I guess this is like the main construction is for this side, so stop your complaining, lady. You're almost done. Kind of. Down from the basting stitch line. There we go. God, I love this poppy fabric. I'm like one of my favorite obi to work with recently. This is, I think there's maybe one more of this style left. Maybe, I don't know anymore. Actually, I have to go take a look maybe and see. I said that and I was like, I don't know if there is any more left now. I think we're rapidly using up a lot of the stuff that I had, so I knew we were doing that. But oh, it looks so good, like so worth it though. Like look at her, she is fucking gorgeous, so good. Man, I just want to go buy all the obi. Can we just go buy all the obi? Let's do it. I mean, I gotta bring cotton linen's back. I think we should just do obi and kimono. We could too. That's the scary part. We could just do a full kimono trip. Especially now that I've actually found patterns for them. Previously, I always focused in on both because I didn't actually have a pattern that really worked well for the kimono and obi. And now it's like, now we've got patterns that work. Damn it. Okay, so this is that really gorgeous iridescent one that I keep going on about that I nearly didn't buy and then I went back for because, hello, look at her. Yeah, it was one of those ones that's like, I knew, I literally walked out and then I walked basically straight back in because I knew if I walked away without it, I would still be thinking about it right now. Obviously, I'm still thinking about it right now because I'm using it. But at least I'm using it instead of just being like, oh, I should have bought it. Buy the good stuff when you can afford it. And if their good stuff is whatever, that's good enough for me too. Okay. I can't see the line. Shit. Okay, so there's the center line. Okay, nope, can't see it still, or barely. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. I don't even know if this is going to mark. I don't think it does. Kinda. Okay. Shitty. Okay. Yeah, good. Okay. Yes, I think. But they're just really hard to see. I have to sew from back here. Oh God. Okay, actually. There we go. Now I can see it kinda. Hit that top stitch line. Perfect. Fuck. There we go. These would be good ones. I just was realizing for market spot in the core, actually. Yes. Okay. There she is. Gorgeous as ever. I don't need to buy my viewers. Thank you, Twitch. Every stream, we get spam comments. Spam comments. Okay, now this is the waxed canvas. It should be good. So these ones are going to have the roll to the front instead of the roll to the back because, again, kind of like a little design feature. It's nice. Adds a little pizzazz to otherwise an unpatterned bag. This is just like attracted. Like, I know it can be bad with the cats, but like this is just attracted. Like, it's not just cat hair; it's thread and obi and everything. I'll make sure I get a lint roller. Ah, okay, off we go. shit. Okay. Are you awake? Audrey, if you're awake. Okay. Testing me here. Now, the nice thing is that I already have the halfway point marked here, so we can go in with the fancy all here and just mark the lines, because why not? Oh, I'm so excited for Monster Jam tomorrow. The kids are excited for Monster Jam tomorrow. The youngest especially. They like adore monster trucks, so this is going to be so much fun with them. Our eldest will as well, but like not in the same way that their younger sibling will. It's just a true story. All right. Oh God, that's red. It's all wrapped up around the foot. Okay. Man, this is unforgiving. Well, the good news is also when we actually go to fold it out, a lot of this is going to like get taken up by that. Okay, last one. Last one. Last one. Last one. Last one. Doom, 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 doom. Last one. Last one. Last one. Then on to the next step. Step, step, steppity step, 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 steppity step. Actually, the next one is sewing the pockets for the zipper pockets. They are a little bit less work in some ways. Well, no, they are no less work. They're the same amount of work for these ones because we have to do the same steps of like, basically we sew a zipper pouch and then that becomes the panel that we sew the side panels onto. How's that less work, Katie? I don't know, I lied. Lies. Yes, apparently. Haha. The kids are already excited though about their like iPad day next week. The eldest has been like, so when you're working next weekend, I get an iPad day, right? And I'm like, not the one day because we got gymnastics and birthday party, but the other day, yes, you can. Okay, I'm gonna do a gentle fold. We've done a pretty good job of keeping them off their iPads this week. We had to do it today because of, again, aforementioned gymnastics, but yeah, it's been a pretty low tech week this week for them, which is nice. So. Some weeks are better than others. What have we been? Oh, they've been at school most of this week. And then I guess actually, as much as I say low tech, but they've been watching dolls play Mario Odyssey all week. So kind of screen time, but low tech for them. More engaging with the adults, I guess. I don't know. It's a tool. It's a good tool. But there will definitely be a lot of iPad time next week because, hi. Apparently I have my energy back, so I'll actually be able to get my ass downstairs to do some work, hopefully. It does also always help a lot when Dallas is home that he does like the morning with the kids and stuff like that for childcare / like getting us breakfasted, etc. So that's always good. All right, there is all the one side panels done. Actually, okay, I don't think it's that crazy to think that we might be able to get these done tonight. Maybe. Okay, those have to still be riveted, but we're ignoring that. Okay, yeah, so literally we just do what I just did to add the width onto the obi, but now we go in and we create zipper pockets first. So we need all of these. We have one silver zipper for that, for the fans bag. So how many, and we're gonna do 2 black gold zippers for the black cat. So 2, what did I say? Those are like 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yes, this whole thing demands that I like top stitch based blah blah blah, or baste them all together. We're not basting these. No, not cool. That's not what we do here. Why would we do that? Okay, so there's the lower zipper panels, the upper zipper panels, and yeah, and the wax canvas is in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I thought we had 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. It's just over here somewhere then. So we just cut it because it's the aqua. I don't even have all the pieces here for it yet because dum. Okay, there's the zip pocket. So that's the one that's going with the silver. Those are all going with something. Where's your lining? Where's your lining? Where's your lining? Where's your lining, Clementine? Where's your lining? Where's your lining? You really need your linings. Where's your linings? Where's your linings? Where's your linings? There's the cottons, dun. We need your linings. Okay, that's main panel lining. Those are slip pockets. Slip pockets, interiors, and then that's also the slip pocket. Oh shit, did I not cut? Okay. Well, there's the wax canvas one. 1 poppies is 2, 3, 4. Oh, fuck me. Okay, fine. That's annoying. I thought I cut all this. Okay. Zipper pocket lining. Okay. The hell, yeah, because I came back over and I was like, well, that's good enough. What the hell's going on? That doesn't work. Not quite. That doesn't quite work. And I don't think this is wide enough. I think this is actually just a couple inches too small, to be honest. Yeah, it's like 1.5 inches too small. Oh, do I not have any pieces that I can just go for? Also, why? I'm just hearing things there. Do I have a piece that's interfaced that I can just like use? Okay. I have the big like kimono sleeve piece, but I don't want to cut into it. Not that piece. I have a piece of the geometric, but that would be too light. That's too small. Maybe that, no, the hardy is too, it's not like wide enough. By like an inch and 2.5 inches. Damn it. Okay, well, into the kimono we go. Or, ooh, here we go. So what's missing? That guy. Okay. Is this? Nope. Also not big enough. God damn. It's like a square. I was like, there's blue over here. That'll work. Nope. No, it did not. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the fabric room because now that I'm thinking about it, there might be some pieces that we've put away as stuff for use later. Whew. Dallas was like, it's really cold in here. You should close that vent. I'm like, no, we have to keep the fabric like at a good temperature. I'm sorry. It is cold in here though. Okay, what do we have in here that I could potentially use? And it's for the, oh, right there. That's really too stiff. Never mind. Fans. That could work. It smells like obi and leather in here. Obi has a distinct scent because most of it gets stored with mothballs when it's in Japan. So it's like always like the very distinct smell of obi to me, especially when I open my bags and stuff like that. Now I do air out my obi. They are currently hanging in a closet, is one of the things we do. But I do actually hang them on my pony wall upstairs as well, to like air out before I use them because it is a pretty strong scent sometimes. All right, I got some of got like a salmon pink, and it's a little bit heavier, so we can just use it straight. I don't have to like interface it. Okay, that's not quite. It's like 2 inches too narrow, so we're going to go in and we'll cut the length that we need, which is that. Right here. Okay. And then we cut the width that we need, and then I'll come back and we'll actually sew the zipper panel. Zipper, 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 zipper panel. Zipper panel. Zipper panel. Oh god. I might have just hit my wall. Boop. Super bright. Holy shit. Okay, and then I got all my zippers right behind me, so any zippers that we're missing, we can just pop on and grab. Do I feel like doing these all by hand? Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. One side on, other side on. Pull through. Okay. Hey, Delia. Stop scratching the freaking things. Okay, we're gonna go with the fan as the top portion. Yeah. Okay, now I think we sew this. She has very specific instructions. We will follow the very specific instructions outside of the basting. Okay, so place the zipper pocket lining right side up. Okay. Center the zipper along the top edge and baste. No. but then we do the lower zipper panel first. Okay. I don't know why I put the zipper pull on now. It's like it's so much easier to just sew these without them on there. Okay. Like that. Okay. This actually could use light top stitching, which is the shittiest thing in some ways. I guess I already did dark top stitching on the pockets and exteriors, so I guess we'll just stick with it. This is just like the pocket that we just like top stitched is highly patterned. This is not highly patterned, and so the black is going to be a choice. Oh, fuck me. I think I put this. Yeah, okay. So, let's just sew this without the zipper pulls on, and then we'll put the zipper pulls on. Because realistically, it just makes life easier to do it afterwards. La 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 la. La 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 la. So, and then, like I said, this gets the exact same treatment as the other piece in that these get stitched into the side panels, and then the side panels get made into the larger piece. So that's going to go back there. Meow. Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat. I did not account for this fold over in any of my cuts. Damn it. And this is escaping. Hi, Mr. Zooms. How are you? Wait, when I flip this, is this going to be upside down? Shit, it is. But I also want this floral right at the top, because otherwise I get the lost. Although, actually, if it goes on the other end, then it'll be the right way around. And also, okay, so it's going to go here, and it's going to fold here. So it'll be at the front. Okay, that's acceptable. Okay. Meow. Flin-flon. Yes, you. What's up, bud? Hello. What's up? What you doing, buddy boy? You having some zoomies? Zooms, yeah? Oof. That's a lot of embroidery. That's like actually squishy. That's the best description for that. It's squished under my needle. Lovely. Exactly the sensation I'm always looking for. Alright, well, all those threads got trapped. So far, so good. Oh, actually, no, that worked out because now it's on the back. So when you open it up, this floral's in the back in the correct direction. Woohoo! I'm glad I paused for a moment to consider that. Okay, now this needs to go here. Also try and get all of this tucked in here. At least if it's like tucked in underneath here, it's not getting caught and tangled in my sewing threads. Okay, unfold that because we don't want that in any seam lines. Yes, I could be chain piecing these, but right now my brain is apparently not chain piecing pockets. Okay, yeah, and then we'll top stitch that afterwards. We'll go through and top stitch everything at once. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. Anyway, on another note, apparently the second wind is coming. I don't know. Okay, that's that. That's this and that. And then this is where that fan panel got put in. Just gonna be fucking amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna separate out all the there. So that's that one. Okay, this is actually for the poppies. So the vases get the super bright. Let's just do the poppies then because it's what's right here. Vase. Wait. No. Oh, shit. Oh, whatever. Okay. But we're definitely not doing a bright blue into that iridescent. So we'll do the navy into the iridescent instead. Okay. Navy. Bright blue. There we go. Pretties. Okay, are we using... This is what we're using here. I think those vases need... Hell, do I not have navy? I must not have navy silver teeth, eh? Weird. I'm wondering if the vases need the black silver. Yep. Okay, shit. I'm upset that I don't have navy silver. But whatever. Black silver works just as well, I guess. And then we're going to need 2 black golds for the other one. And then this one's for that iridescent. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Everything's just crashing down. Okay. What happened there? There we go. It's like exactly the right width. Well, that's annoying. No room for errors. No room for errors. No room for errors. 0 room for errors. Oh, fuck. Nope, that is not the right way. It's gotta be the other way. Thank God I looked now. 3 stitches in. Black on black. Black on black stitching sucks the life from me. Right, because, oh wait, is that actually the right way up? Ah, fuck, it was. Right, yeah, because the Koto strings are, goddamn, okay, whatever. Better to check, seam rip and check than to get it sewn and then be like, no, and put it in timeout, because right now, that is the only other path through. Either it succeeds the first time, or it goes into timeout. And there is no in between right now. Not this close to Knit City. And yes, I know I'm experimenting with a bag that I've never made before. You know, good. We're good. Everything's fine. Two weeks out from my biggest show of the year. You know, we're good. All right. Let's get this nonsense rolling still. And keep it rolling. Keep the nonsense rolling along this highway. Or something. I don't know why I'm singing. That's not a good career choice. Get mowed. Done. Get the work done. Probably should have put that the other way, cause now the gradient's fucked. Shit. Yeah, we need to redo that. And the gradient goes the other way instead of being opposite. I know I said they're going to go into timeout, but come on, we can't. Nope. Doesn't work with this OB. This OB's gotta be made. Cause you just know it is the showpiece. Capital TSP. The showpiece. So seam ripping. Still eats my soul. I now. Should have checked it. I was like so paranoid about the base being the right direction. I totally forgot to check. Because there's enough of a gradient change on this that, yeah, it is a concern. Whatever. Cat problems. Kitty 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 cat problems. Cat problems. Yeah, except for this black on black thread. Holy criminy. Is it brutal? Yeah, there we go. Okay, couple more stitches on this end, and then we'll be done. Couple more stitches on this end. Ah, success. Okay, there we go. All right, so now the gradient will line up. Right. Brains, 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 brains. All right, now if we don't have any more screw-ups, maybe we'll get these done tonight. No more screw-ups. No more screw-ups. No more screw-ups. Please, no more. Okay. I don't know why I didn't put the zipper into the wax canvas, but alright, apparently there's some sort of like, those ones are cotton, not obies. Not obi. So why would I be sewing them right now? Oh, these vases have been making some spectacular bags. Be sad to see them go. I think we got a passport folder to make out of this, and then that's it for this fabric, actually. Okay. Poppies, and then we'll go in and do the wax canvas ones, and then we'll go in and we'll do all of the top stitching and zipper pulls. There we go. All right. All the OB zip pockets are complete. Now we go in and do these guys. Streamlabs was lying to me. I thought I had a viewer, and we do not. That's okay. We're still here. We're chugging along. Oh, something. Okay, where's my black gold? Because we definitely had black gold. There it is. Okay. Because I was definitely cutting zippers out of it earlier this week. And by earlier, this mean week, I'm pretty sure, like... Actually, no, I did not cut black gold. Unless we just had a black gold. I can't remember. Doesn't really matter. Okay, there's one end. There's the other end. Let's just wind up this last little bit there. Okay. We need two of these. Gold and silver teeth don't mix, don't mix, don't mix. Good job, Delia. She's hunting pom-poms. Just need to, they're like, it slumped down right under my wheel, so let's move them. Okay, so this is the upper and that is the lower, and basically we just go like this and this and this. Put everything into a sandwich, into a sandwich. Meaning that we sandwich the zipper between the upper, like the exterior and interior pieces. Just like that. There we go. And then we do the same on the other one with the plum blossoms. Right here. And then I want this on the exterior. Okay, keep going. Just like that. Okay, and then same thing. Turn up. Oh, we're supposed to do the lower. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's a pouch. It's all good. Especially on these ones where it's like there is no patterning even to deal with or anything like that. I said that I was hopeful that we'd get these done tonight, but I am waning. Okay, I'm gonna get the exterior sewn together and then we'll assess from there if I could do the interiors or not. Honestly, the interiors is like a slip pocket and a smash together. So I think we can do it. I think we can do it. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. Okay, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Oh man, this machine, the feed dogs on this machine really don't like this interfacing. So it's struggling so much. Okay. Now, in this case, this is probably why she suggests doing the top stitching first, is it's like, it's just easier to fold everything out of the way. Whatever, we got it. We've done this before. We'll do it again. And it's only one row of top stitching on the pouches and then 2 rows of top stitching on the side panels. Actually, I feel like we'll probably maybe we'll get at least the exteriors finished tonight. And maybe the interiors, and then we might leave the smash together till tomorrow. Just because. Or we might just work till midnight. I don't know, whichever comes first. Well, we might have the exteriors finished by midnight. Another hour, maybe? Because, yeah, I do have the energy, but I don't want to be a zombie for Monster Jam tomorrow. Monster Jam's starting at 3 o'clock, which is my typical zombie time, so maybe we will call it quits here once I have the panels for the exterior assembled. Yeah, that's probably the more sane decision, because I want to enjoy my time with my kids tomorrow. And Dallas is home, so I can stay up. Or I can work in the morning, and I can work during bedtime, which is actually one of the big time savers for me. Energy savers, too. And done. All right. Well, top stitching. So now we'll trim everything apart and we'll do the bottom top stitching. And then we'll assemble the panels. 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 Dun 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 dun. Panels. 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 Assemble the panels. Assemble the panels. 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 Okay, so one gold, 2 gold, $3 gold. If you're like, why are you counting gold? That's so I know how many zipper pulls I need. Even as I like scatter them all over my table right now. 3. Worth the sidetrack. Worth the sidetrack. 100% worth the sidetrack. Dun 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 dun. Worth the sidetrack. Worth the sidetrack. Dun 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 dun. 100% worth the sidetrack. Dun 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 dun. Worth the sidetrack. Well, that was wild. The arm light got dimmed somehow, even though I wasn't touching it. Weird. I don't like it. Okay, and 2 more. Dun, 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 dun. 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. Dun, 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 dun. 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. Totally did not keep track of counting because I got distracted by my thoughts. Whoops. Okay, 1 silver. 2 gold. 2 silver. 5 gold. Okay. 2 silver, 5 gold. 2, 3, 4, 5 gold. Yeah, that makes sense because we would have swapped 1 to silver for the vases, which was the right decision. Alright. Install the zippers, install the zipper pulls, install. the zipper pulls. Pretty sure they're supposed to close to the left. Let's set up the jig, 'cause why not? Where's the jig? Jiggity jig, jig, jig. Oh, there it is. It's covered by fabric. Am I surprised? No. Disappointed? Maybe a bit. Go. There we go. There we go. Zipper pull, zipper pull, zipper pull. One. Zipper pulls. I don't know why that took so much like brain power, but apparently my brain is like, you should be singing. Alright. So much fucking gather. Delia, what are you doing? Get out of it. Get. Hey, get out of there. Mm-hmm. Cat. Pick up all the fabric off the floor, off the floor. Was like trying to attack it, so we're just gonna remove the temptation as best we can. Perfectly, probably not. Better, kinda. Silver zippers, silver zippers, doon, 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 doon. Silver zippers. Alrighty, there's all the zippers installed. Zippers installed. Zippers installed. Now we go in and we do the okay. Next thing is the side panels. We're going to do the side panels along with their top stitching, and then I'm going to bed. I think, yeah, because then both, and then, yeah, that puts us at the point where both exterior panels are assembled, and then we need to just assemble the interior, like, I'm sorry, both side panels are assembled, and then we'll need to go in and do the assembly of the other shit, whatever. Honestly, it might be better to stop here even, but we'll try. It doesn't work, well. I do love how this is just like one unit here where it's just like, all right, everything goes together. That was pretty terribly not on the seam, proper seam allowance. But let's put this on this side. I think there's a little bit of a discrepancy here. Widthwise again. Discrepancy widthwise because it's too wide. Okay, well, let's go in then and do another stitch line. It never actually says how wide these are supposed to be, but you know, whatever. Yeah, that actually helped significantly. All right, now everything is stitched in. Good. Good. Okay. There's two exterior. Oh no, we got to top stitch that one. Okay. And then it'll be ready to go. Now my thought process was I was going to go in and we will just stitch all of these in a row. That just distracted me. So now we'll go in and we're going to stitch all of these in a row without concern, really. Or less concern. With less concern. There's always concern. Less concern currently. Okay. These are out of order. Very out of order. Oh, well. Very out of order. Very out of order. Well. Oh. Ooh, that's way too tall. Okay. The heck happened here? I don't even know. Oh well. We'll trim it off after we sew this on, I guess. Wait, no, because how tall is this? Oh no, did we not trim it down properly? It's an inch too tall. Because how tall is this? That's the correct height. Does it matter? No. Not in this case. We'll sew it. And then, oh shit, it does kind of matter because of that. Okay, oh, an inch off the top it is. A little bit annoying. Oh well. So apparently I was supposed to trim some off this. I don't know how I missed that. But oh well. Okay. Cut it, cut it, cut it. Just above that because you took some off. There. And by took some off, I mean I sewed the zipper in, so some of this has already been taken up in seam allowance. It's still a bit long. That's okay. Okay. That's okay. Alright, and then we're going to do the vases. Vases, vases, vases. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that shifted significantly. I don't really can tell up there. This one is also, oh no, it's not. Okay, just wasn't in the right place yet. There we go. Let's go. Purple, purple, purple. Pretty purple, pretty purple, pretty purple. Actually, I just realized that, honestly, we have all the work done for the minis, besides sewing, which is also pretty fucking fantastic, considering that I just decided on fabrics yesterday. Or yesterday? The day before? Recently? Very recently? But part of what I did is I just decided, it's like, all right, we're just going to go in with denim. We're not going to pair anything up yet until we're like actually at the sewing machine. And we didn't do the same with the other thing either, the pockets. We were just cut and we'll make the best of it. Could be terrible. Could go amazing. So far, so good. Far less stress about them. So we'll see. Alrighty, there is side panels done for on these ones, on this side. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Now we go and do the other side. Oh, she looks so good. I know I could have gone with the navy with the poppies, but honestly, I think this was the better decision. Okay, now for this one, we're gonna go down the like this, I think. tell, Dahlia. Okay, yeah, we're gonna finish up this side panels and then I'm going to bed. And what I mean by finish up is I'm only going to sew the side panels on, and then we'll do all the top stitching and everything tomorrow. Literally have 2 left, so yeah, we'll wrap up on them and then continue on. Okay. One more, last one, 2, 9. Yeah, and then it's like, then I have time to do my wind down and all that good stuff. And then it's not too late by the time I get to bed. Yeah, that works. Alright, so I guys hope you all have a fantastic day, whenever you are. I'll be back at some point here, probably on Monday. Actually, almost definitely on Monday. And we will have, hopefully I'll have these actually finished and will be moved on to mini traveler slings. Like I said, top stitching left on these sides, and then literally interior and exterior assembly, and then they're done. So yeah, they're super fast makes, which is awesome actually. Outside of me having to do them up from the obi, but like look at that. So that's that wedding kimono. This is what the cat ones are going to look like. On the exterior is this nice, like I said, again, unpatterned or neutral exterior. We've got that fan one. Very demure kind of portion for the pocket, but that's good. We've got the vases here, which we all know I adore. This has been one of my favorite obi to work with. Super richly embroidered. We've got that iridescent one. She's spectacular. Clap for her. Oh my goodness. And then the poppies. These, oh my goodness. Like, look at that. So gorgeous. So I'm super excited to get these done and ready for Knit City. The first one is actually listed on the website if you'd like to go take a gander. But yeah, here we are. So we're less than 2 weeks till Knit City. Full on head down prep mode. After these are done, I am actually going to do the smash together for the kato just so they're ready. Because I'll need top stitching as well. Top stitching and finishing. Then we'll probably do about half of the minis that I've got picked out and try to do half the small box bag, and then we'll do the same thing. Try and do half and half again because we're almost done. Almost out of time. So anyway,